Hi, my name's Scott Reel, and on behalf of ExpertVillage.com, I'd like to talk to you about vegetable gardening. Hi, let's talk for a couple of minutes about designing your garden. I think it's one of the things that a lot of people overlook when they're building their vegetable gardens, but it's one of those things that's going to lead to long-term success or failure if you don't get it right. So what are the things that plants really need? Well, the most important things they need are light and water. And when I laid out my vegetable garden, I found the sunniest place in my yard, and that's where my vegetable garden went. Now, I did it here for a couple other reasons too. We talked about water. This is one of the places in my yard where the surface water tends to feed off. I've even directed some of the downspouts from my house to this area. Because I have a raised bed garden, and that was a consideration in my design, I can take the water, move it right into this garden area, and it helps keep the garden deep watered. It's always pretty moist over here, even on hot, dry summer days. Now, the other things that I need to consider is, where does the sun rise? Where does the sun set? How does the sun move through my garden through the day? Because of that, in my garden, I started with lower plants over to one side, and I work over to higher plants on the other side. And that allows the plants to get light continually throughout the day without shading one another out. Another consideration for me, because I have such a small garden, was other gardening surfaces that I could use. And you can see back behind here, I've gone vertical with my garden, and I'll grow my beans up that to maximize what little gardening space I do have. With just a little forethought and with just a little bit of concentration, you can look and find the right place in your yard for your garden and figure out the plants that you want to grow. Sure, I wanted to have 12 tomatoes, but looking over my garden, I had room for 6. Be realistic when you're assessing your garden and the space you have in it, plant accordingly, and your garden will reward you with great vegetables all summer long.